for joining us today, the 24th of September 2022, to present the main news. My name is Tracy Mwansa. A look at the top stories making headlines. Government still investigating 2022 gassing incident. And 10 people have died on the Yunza Great East Road, with several others nursing serious injuries. And the Ministry of Health refutes claims of shortage of drugs at UTH. John Mambo calls for amicable ways of addressing land illegalities. And freedom fighters in Kabompo district cry for recognition. And now the news in details. 10 people have died on the spot in a road accident that happened on Saturday morning at the University of Zambia junction on the Great East Road in Laka. The 6 others who were critically injured admitted to the Levi Mwanawasa University Teaching Hospital. The accident involved a public service vehicle PSV Highs minibus and the Zambian National Service ZNS low-bed truck. Police spokesperson Ray Amongas confirms the incident in Lusaka. Meanwhile, some of the residents spoken to by MUVI TV News in the area have blamed the relevant authorities of not providing sufficient security, leading to the rising number of road traffic accidents, adding that for a long time now they have been calling on the authorities to fix the traffic lights at the University of Zambia, which have not been functioning for a long time.
Some of the residents spoke that for a long time now, they have been calling on the authority to fix.
Most of the time we have been asking that the council and through the road traffic agency to fix these robots, because we are feeling a moment because we have lost a lot of lives today, that including even the driver of the ZNS who was in a big that truck which you are seeing there, the road traffic agency, that they can able to look into this issue. We shouldn't be just acting when we see that the accident has happened on this issue which has happened today, because these robots, we have been complaining every time that these robots are supposed to be fixed, because this angle of this area is very
The National Service ZNS low-bed truck. Police spokesperson Ray Amongas has confirmed to MUVI TV News in Lusaka, and bodies of the deceased were deposited in the University Teaching Hospital mortuary, awaiting identification and postmortem, while the injured victims are receiving road traffic accidents recorded by the Zambia Police Service in the first quarter of 2022. And Mr. Amongas attributed most of the accidents in the one of the West Road.
Government says it has not abandoned the investigations into gassing incidents that engulfed the country in 2022 was behind the scourge, and the nation will be informed as when the process is done.
That investigations pertaining to the various gassing instances that dogged the country are ongoing, indicating the progress that has been made. I know that in the past a few people were arrested pertaining to gassing, but that was not enough. I think we need to do more. That's why we had to reopen the investigations. Members of the Zambia Police Force investigating teams are on the ground investigating. I have no doubt in my mind that soon the perpetrators will be held accountable for the atrocities they have committed against the nation of Zambia.
Local-based youth organization has called on government and other stakeholders to double their efforts in supporting youths with various survival skills in helping alleviate youth unemployment. The organization targets to train 2,250 youths in various skills. Mrs. Miloni says it is high time that youth learn to have their own skills than depending on employment.
Country and beyond have embarked on a mission to offer innovative higher impacts on board and help youths to secure their lives by engaging them in different activities and skills. Speaking at a stakeholders meeting in Lusaka, Young Africa-Zambia Country Director Josephine Milioni has discussed that Zambia has the largest number of employed youths and it is time to begin to do
Young Africa. And mainly skills to live focuses on economic empowerment, health, and these are driven through tailored courses, entrepreneurship, life skills, and of course sexual reproductive health. I think this is where this meeting is coming from. It's being supported by the skills to live. So under skills to live, we have also the wellness space, because we believe that we can give a youth skills, but there's a component that may not be addressed. And so for it to be holistic, we are saying we include sexual reproductive health as part of the approach. So apart from the tailored skills that we are giving to a young person, we have a wellness space. So in both of our centers, we have a wellness space where a young person goes and accesses sexual reproductive health services. These include collection of condoms, family planning, mental health. We also have mental health assessments. As you've seen, young people, these days there's a lot of suicide cases. And so within our space, we have mental health therapy, counseling, and we also have drug addiction cases. Some of our students, under the skills to live, we accommodate even young people who are addicts.
Speaking at the same event, Young Africa-Zambia board member Michael Mulinga says YAZ has a target to train 2,250 million youths by 2030 by implementing tailoring, farming, and many more as Young Africa-Zambia integral youth empowerment skills in the country. He says as leaders of tomorrow, youths must be allowed to learn and take charge of leadership now that the economy seems not to improve as years pass by. Caroline Mwanza reporting for MUVI TV News, Lusaka.
University Teaching Hospital Senior Medical Superintendent Dr. Charles Mumba has dispelled applies. He has advised patients to take advantage of the national
in the range of 60 to 80% for insurance, Lima. So what we usually urge is that we find that maybe some cream or something that may not be available because it's found to be in the primary care facility. Yeah. So, your Vice President, the essential drugs are available. Yes, we are in the range of 60 to 80%. That's the standard drug levels expectedly in a institution like this. Those ones that are not members of Lima have challenges, we are registering. Lima, you only pay 90 kwacha per month and you can access CT scan, MRI, everything you can access that amount of money. Yes. So that comment that no drugs hospital actually has no basis of truth at other hospital. I submit.
Notes, let's take a break. More in the stories coming up shortly. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Kamachi, unique styles at your fingertips.
You can't miss out on the latest fashion trends. For your unique styles and affordable quality clothing, the men's suit, sneakers, ladies' handbags, and so much more. For our physical address, we're located at shop number 77A at East Park Mall in Lusaka and shop number 1 Yamba Mall, shop number 20 Mukuba Mall in Kitwe. And of course, for your contact details, you could reach us on 0977 626676 or 0966 626676.
Are you at home and want an easier and faster way to access and manage your Airtel account? Download the My Airtel app from your app store. Open the app, enter your phone number, click on Request OTP, enter your one-time PIN, and congratulations! You can now use the My Airtel app to top up, pay bills, send money, and much more. Be smart, be safe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
OneXBet, reliable bookmaker with high odds, wide selection on events, and bonuses for every taste. One expert. Easy use, easy win. Register with promo code and get a huge welcome bonus on your first deposit.
Welcome back. A Lusaka-based energy expert, engineer Boniface Zulu, has advised government to critically analyze the impact as the result of removal of tax waivers on fuel, which acted as relief to the poor Zambians. Speaking in an interview, Engineer Zulu stated that Zambians will greatly be affected by the removal of tax waivers as fuel prices will soon go up. He disclosed that fuel suppliers want to make profits from their commodities, which will mean that the country will be hit with high fuel pump prices, adding that the people on the grassroots will be the ones to suffer more as the cost of daily needs will increase. Engineer Zulu has since urged government to consider revising its decision of removing tax waivers on fuel. The Ministry of Energy recently announced that it would not extend any waivers on fuel beyond September 30th, 2022.
Must consider that the removal of the waivers will also put in chain where we're going to see the pumping prices of fuel being hiked. Already we've experienced, I think, a good 3 to 2 weeks of reduction in petrol itself, which the Zambian people have applauded, and this must also continue. But the removing of waivers will also bring in a backlash with government as well as the ordinary Zambian, in it that production and services will increase once waivers have been removed, due to the fact that fuel pumping prices would also make a profit out of, the commodity which they are selling at the end of the day. Therefore, this might also plunge our economy into.
Residents of Mtendere East in Kalikiliki Ward 35 have continued to illegally dump garbage in the Natural Resources Development College in NRDC, resulting in some parts of the institution's wall fence to collapse. However, the residents have attributed the dumping of garbage in the college to lack of an alternative dumping site. They have called on authorities to help clean up the area and provide an alternative dumping site. Speaking in an interview with MUVI TV News, one of the residents, Edwin Mwanza, has appealed to Area Member of Parliament for Munali constituency Mike Mposha to intervene in the institution.
The illegal dumping of garbage is one of the many challenges being faced by residents in Lusaka, and the case is not different for the residents of Mtendere East Kalikiliki Ward 35, who have continued to dump garbage in the Natural Resource Development College, NRDC. In an interview with MUVI TV News, Shiva Banda, a resident of Mtendere East compound, had this to say.
My views, my point of views, it's like there's some like waterborne disease. Okay, there's cholera. So to my appeal to the government is that we need just a proper dumping site for all these garbages, because a lot of people don't have a place to dump this garbage.
What we want is to maybe the MP talk about garbages because it's something that is very dangerous.
For an interview with MUVI TV News, Kalikiliki Watch, and would rather illegally dump the garbage for free.
After CBs, and you know CBs they operate with transport, so you use your transport for opted to subscribe to those guys, illegal dumpers, yes, illegal garbage collectors with wheelbarrows. Those are the ones that are giving my 5 kwacha, my 4 kwacha, my chani. They're just failing to pay even just a 50 kwacha per month, yes, for someone to be collecting their garbage. So that is the biggest problem that we are subscribe. So that is why CBs are facing challenge as it is being difficult for them to collect garbage. Yes, sir. Yeah, because for you to collect garbage, you need funds. Yes. Okay, you need money for gas. But the people that you have been given are failing to pay you. They are paying illegal dumpers, yes, illegal garbage collectors. Yes. Less money. you can't operate well. So that has been the problem there.
Okay.
It has become a trend and a system for them to just go maybe around 01 before. Then that is the second one that we did, and then the other one, the public health. Will come with tractors, tippers. I don't know. We're coming to do our part. I don't know where we are going to end from, but we want to ensure that garbage is completely removed from that site.
Okay.
And we also have junkie.
Reporting for MUVI TV News, Celestina Mbewe, Lusaka.
The protesters who were dumped in the showgrounds by the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services have clocked 1 week with resolve not to give up on their demands. The protesters are demanding a report into alleged illegal sale of the Zambian tree, which states that, checked by MUVI TV News on the protesters in the showgrounds Saturday afternoon, found the group a bit diminished in number, but the ringleaders of the protest were all in attendance. The protesters spent about a month and 1 week at the Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities headquarters in Lusaka before being handed out by the police officers to the showgrounds on Saturday, September 17, 2022.
It is ZAPID headquarters in Lusaka, dumped away from the public eye by authorities in Lusaka's showgrounds, perhaps hoping
for it until this battle ends. We are not going to sit idle. It's now close to 2 months. We need our DG. 2, we need the report of how they sold the Mukula tree. And we need
in what they term a brutal movement from ZAPID headquarters to the showgrounds is brought to book.
We are now appealing to the President. Since you are here, Mr. President, we are coming here there to see you, to let the cat out of the bag. Because we have got a lot of things that we want to review and fire all those people from ZAPID and the ministry.
Drawing up. At the end of the day, a better life. Now I want to tell His Excellency, please, Dad, ni mwebole sasala ukola timwise mwilole chave kubatuntulu lole chena kulifo bene fwe bali mana mwitulekelesha tata
herself over the happenings at ZAPID. Professor Ngwale also appealed to the Anti-Corruption Commission ACC to investigate the sources of funding for the camps at the institution. For MUVI TV News, I'm Kaptula Afias in Lusaka.
Chief Naboli Member of Parliament, Juan Nyemba, has bemoaned the low levels of parents and guardian supervision on children. The lawmaker says parents are to the lives of the future generation.
Play a very important role in our society, especially to you young parents. You are supposed to give time to your children. You are supposed to know where they are, what they are doing. But now you look at it both in rural areas and in urban areas. Young parents, they don't have time for their children. They either leave it to a teacher at school or they leave it to the maid. You find that the child finds the father, the children are asleep. And then early in the morning, these children are taken to the school by the maid. They leave their parents fast asleep. So sometimes when you interview these children, they will tell you to say, I don't see dad, I don't see mom, they always come late. So you find these children most of the time, they are being taught to go and watch the cartoon. Then these cartoons, what are they going to learn from there? There are various, things going on in these cartoons, some violent, some teaching moral things. So these new parents, they don't have time for their children. They have only time for parties, they have only time to go out, leaving the children vulnerable. In short, children are bringing themselves on their own without the putting in either the father or the mother.
And now let's take a break. More stories coming up. Stay tuned.
Fidelity Stores has new items from a brand you can trust.
Electromaster.
When looking for electrical home appliances, look no further than
Irons, mini cooker and ovens, single plate cooker, double plate coasters, rice cookers in all shapes and sizes, pizza pans, gas available at all Fidelity stores, affordable.
Hi, Michael.
And this is his house. Melvin already loves Melvin. And you wonder why. What is it about Michael? Sorry, Melvin. Probably his Airtel 4G Smart Box. 4G speeds for your home and office connects up to 32 devices.
Back, Interdenominational Pastors Fellowship has condemned the recent happenings in the country bordering on homosexuality activities. Speaking during a press briefing held in Mansa pastors and gay rights issues, and stated the flying of LGBT flags by the Finnish and Swedish embassies in Lusaka and later Lusaka, July, they have also called on the international community to respect the country's values and urged government to remain firm regarding this issue, and further appealed to traditional leaders to speak against this practice because it is against the African tradition and culture. Meanwhile, Mansa Interdenominational Pastors Fellowship have appealed to government through the Ministry of Education to put comprehensive sexuality education currently being taught in schools on hold, as the church has reservations with CSE and raised issues that needed to be addressed regarding the curriculum. A resident of Umbonge area in Solwezi district of Northwestern Province has appealed to President Hakainde Hichilema to quickly intervene in the land wrangles involving them and Kansanshi Mining PLC. One of the affected residents, Christine Shaluendo, claims that Kansanshi Mining PLC had encroached on their piece of land on Monday, September 19th, 2022, and the family demanded 2 million kwacha for alleged criminal trespass. Ms. Luendo explains that residents in Umbonge area have ever seen any development since the establishment of the mine in the area. Meanwhile, Kansanshi Mining PLC Corporate Minister's Manager Kasengwa Chitoshi, in a statement released to the media, says a group of persons from Umbonge village blocked and detained a drill rig and drilling crew that were progressing to the Umbonge Kisenge area. Ms. Chitoshi says the machinery and drilling crew were prevented from proceeding to access the Umbonge Kisenge area in order to conduct work they were contracted to do.
Earnest appeal to His Excellency the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, as villagers from Umbonge here in Solwezi, can we be protected?
A Minister of Mines also.
Despite having been referred to as a small group of villagers, yes, we are villagers, but we are proud owners of that land. So can we be protected? Can relevant authorities come in to come and intervene in this matter? We are not in any way trying to block development.
Progress.
After all, the mines have been here for a long time. There has never been any form of progress that they have brought to Umbonge village. They have not built not even a clinic, not even a school, no road, nothing. So we are wondering what kind of development they are talking about this time around, apart from just being interested in the wealth that we have
on the 22nd. They are portraying us as having blocked them as they were trying to access. We did not block them in any way.
In fact, actually, they even mounted their machines just at our village.
Yes.
Within the boundaries of our
village. So we did not block them. We did not block them in any way. The map that the chief has is different from the map that they have, and the permission that they were given
Chikonde Foundation founder Bishop John Mambo has called for better ways of addressing land disputes in the country. Speaking in an interview, Bishop Mambo describes the recent demolition of over 300 houses that were built in Kasompe Airstrip land in Chingola district on the Copper Belt as unfair. Bishop Mambo says that even there was an illegality in the acquiring of land, there was need for this matter to be addressed amicably than to demolish their houses.
We are concerned because, for example, the judiciary needs a total reform, and justice delayed, justice denied. We've seen what has happened to the houses being demolished because they are built on an airstrip. But I think there must be a heart of how you approach such. Maybe they should have said, in good faith, well wishers, can you put a legal together and extend to these people? It's not enough to say we won't compensate because that place is untitled. That I agree. But the causes of all this are cadres who took power into their own hands. And we, the commoner, out of desperation, lands cannot give me land and so forth, even when they enter my property, with proper genuine reasons. That's how you rush into building in such. But at the end of the day, all what you borrowed or you saved or your retirement is gone, and you know. So things of that nature, you need to try and work with the people so that there should no repetition. Because I'm not sure whether that's the first and last.
The Freedom Fighters Association of Zambia in Kabompo district, they said the association has over 100 freedom fighters, but claim they are not remembered or only recognized by any government. In an interview with 59 to May.
My name is Newton Moffat Kalusa. We are at a place where our former late President David Kenneth Kaunda was detained in 1959. Here is where he was detained for the state. He was fighting for the freedom of Northern Rhodesia by that time. Then it's now called Zambia. So as we are here, I've got a few points to remember, asking the present government to help us or to do it for us. We would like the provincial headquarters to come to Kabompo, the second home of our late President Kenneth Kaunda. There are other things we would like to get. The following are the things we want. The state. One point is finished, is it? Second point is this: we want the state to help us in the following things. One, whenever they are thinking of fertilizers, the old people should be remembered, because they have no other way of helping themselves to grow what they need to keep themselves. Two, the other places they are giving freedom fighters look into it.
Mkaunene shikuma yetu wakama wawontoa kumona ukaro wa unene sitota ngweli tunga mwene marwa otu mwene marwa kami yetu president Kaunda yetu tweka lileko twa mwene ngamara kwa kashi wetu fako haboshika tishino watu mbili kunyima no kutwanuka beko twa kumona ukaro tuambeleki ukaro wa unene shimone tuambeleki kwa kutuyaka na mangana tufao abafanya manga tuyake mangana na watu wangu tina tudhukuru tina bana tibadhike kutuyaka mangana.
Break, stay tuned.
OneXBet, reliable bookmaker with high odds, wide selection on events, and bonuses for every taste. OneXBet, easy use, easy win. Register with promo code and get a huge welcome bonus on your first deposit.
Falcon Express, Zambia's most reliable courier. Our services cut across the board with special packages for SMEs, corporate, and individuals. We offer countrywide courier from as low as 46 or email info@falconexpresszm.com and we will be at your doorstep. Falcon Express, professional, friendly, and reliable.
Now experience 4G speeds on your 3G device with the Airtel 4G Pocket Wi-Fi.
In sports news, Chipolopolo assistant coach Moses Sichone says his team missed a lot of chances on last evening 1-0 loss international friendly match against Mali in Bamako. Speaking during a post-media briefing, Sichone says his team played well under his instructions but lost experience and confidence to the opponents. He adds that Mali is a strong and great team and the friendly match is a major test for Chipolopolo performance. Sichone notes that to miss Emwepu and Daka services in the match has made changes squad playing styles. And speaking at the same press, Chipolopolo captain Roderick Kabwe says his team has gained maturity but loses concentrate of score lines.
Not worried about the scoreline. I also want to compliment my team. We did well, we played well according to the instructions. Maybe I would just say in the first half we were a bit reluctant in the midfield where we did not try to close them up. Early we gave them time to try and combine, to make some combinations. But all the same, we did well, and the goal that Mari scored, yeah, it was, I mean, for me, it's a young team, actually. If we could have communicated, maybe we could have been able to defend well. But all the same, before Mali scored, we had a clear chance with Gandhi through a corner kick. Like I said earlier on, I'm not worried about the scoreline. We played Mali, they played a fantastic game. They've got great players, there's no question about it. But I mean, Zambia has played also a great game. These players, some of them, like the captain, he said, they are young players, we cannot compare with the most experienced Mali players. So, like I said, I'm not worried about the scoreline, but the most important thing is the performance of the team.
After that, we could match the Mali team, and we could, I mean, we created our chances, and we couldn't just put the ball at the back of the net. And in football.
And now a look at the top stories making headlines once again. Government still investigating 2022 gassing incidents, and 10 people have died on Unza Great East Road with several others nursing serious injuries. The Ministry of Health refutes claims of shortage of drugs at UTH, and John Mambo calls for amicable ways of addressing land illegalities. And freedom fighters in Kabompo district cry for recognition. And now we come to the end of the news. Do join us again at 19:15 hours tonight. Thanks for joining. Stay tuned.